Good morning and welcome back to First Pitch. I'm your host, Ty Comer. Along with, usually I say head coach Ryan Brittle, but we have a special guest in here today, our pitching coach, Coach Lou Kent. How are you, Coach?
Good, glad to be here.
Yeah, excited to have you on. Switch things up a little bit. So we'll talk about these past few games that we've had. Last Thursday we hosted Hampton-Sydney. Took a 12-8 loss. We got down early in that one, never really got back. Walked a few guys. The intensity seemed to be lacking a little bit. We all got out there kind of late, had some tests and some classes to go to. Talk about what we have to do next time during a midweek game to really get out there and be ready.
Yeah, those midweek games are tough, especially tough at home because the guys got to stay in class.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, last Thursday we didn't have enough guys to shag for BP, so Hampton-Sydney was kind enough to go out and shag for us for BP.
Right.
I think we had 6 or 7 hitters there. It was a cold day. Intensity was low. They got out to a good start, and it was probably the 4th or 5th inning by the time we had our whole team there in the dugout, and it was too little, too late.
Yeah. But it's been a theme every year or every game this year. We always make it close. We were able to chip away, and then we get back to a four-run deficit. So not bad with the I'll say with the fight and the stick-to-itiveness. So we got back to a 4-run deficit. Then this weekend we went to Maryville. Always a tough place to play. They play really well at home. Hunter Peck, once again, a great job going out. He gets us a complete game, 12 strikeouts, earning him another. I believe that is his second player or pitcher of the week for the USA South Conference. Talk about having a guy like Hunter Peck on Friday night.
Hunter's got electric stuff. Managing him in between the starts is the key. What he does, the work that he gets done during the middle of the week, working the soreness out. We used him out of the pen last year, and he was lights out of the pen. So he's around 100 pitches an outing now, give or take a few. His pregame bullpen, he was moaning and groaning and couldn't hit a spot with any of his pitches and didn't feel well. And he went out to the mound and found a way to get it clicked in. He's a very competitive player. And he found a way to click it in, and he just snuffs teams out.
He does. And I always felt when I was, a pitcher back in the day, or you can even say it for BP, I feel the same way about BP now. If I take a bad round of BP or a bad bullpen before a game, that's the days I felt the best.
Yeah.
It's funny how that works. But we also, on the offensive end, came out and put up 9 runs, not all on Hefner from Maryville, who has also garnered 2 USA South Pitcher of the Week in the conference awards. But we put up 9 runs there and did a nice job offensively. Then the second game, we had a doubleheader Saturday. The second game of that doubleheader, we won 12-9. We jumped out to a huge lead. They kind of made a little run at us in I believe that was the 8th, correct?
Yes, I believe so.
They made a little run at us in the 8th. No, excuse me, that was the 9th. We brought some people in, and we gave up some errors. I think we had 4 outs in the first 5 guys if we make our plays. And they capitalized on our mistakes. 12-9 was the final. Dylan Weaver gave us 5 strong. Came out. Do you know why he came out so early?
Yeah, he was having a little bit of elbow tenderness. He could have gone another 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm.
We had a pretty good lead at that point. We need Weave for the rest of the year, so
of course,
we decided to get him out and have some other guys pitch for us.
Good enough for his first win of the year too. He's pitched well this entire year. He's got a 3.45 ERA. And the win-loss column is not really in his favor right now. He's 1-2, but he's given us a chance to win every single ball game. 27 strikeouts in 28 innings. Dylan's doing a great job.
He is, and that was probably his worst outing of the year when he got his win.
Yeah, it's funny how that works.
Yeah.
But yeah, we battled for him. We got him some runs. We finally got him some runs. I feel like usually when he takes the mound, we put up about a run or two. Maybe not even that. I remember at CNU he pitched his best outing of the year. His first outing of the year was his best, and we gave him 2 hits of support. So then we come back on Sunday, trying to sweep a series there at Maryville. Offense was a little tough to come by. We had some situations where we had runs to drive in and didn't quite get it done, and it ended up costing us there towards the end. We have a 2-1 lead going into the bottom of the 8th, and leadoff man gets on. Joey Pride pitched another great ball game. He's pitched really well this year. Another guy that the numbers really don't match up for how well he's pitched. Joey's 1-0 with a 4.31 ERA in 31 innings pitched. Joey goes out, and we talked about it last week with Coach Brittle. He's just a bulldog, and he goes out and he battles a team. Even if he doesn't have his best stuff, he's gonna give you a chance to win the ball game. He came out 2-1 lead, had a runner responsible on first base. We couldn't end up stranding that guy. They ended up getting all 3 runs or 2 of their 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th off of our bullpen. So talk about that game a little bit and really sum up what really happened.
Well, Joey's been consistent. He gave up his ERA's, 4.31? Mm-hmm. Most of those runs were early in the season that he gave up. He's been really good. I think he has 4 walks in 31 innings.
Yeah, strong.
He pounds the strike zone. He's a little bit better as far as his velocity than the typical Division III left-hander.
Right.
And he's a little bit deceptive, so he's able to pitch inside to righties. And he has command of the strike zone. His breaking pitch is just average. His changeup is average. Mm-hmm. His fastball command is well above average.
Right.
And he's quick to the plate, so he's like impossible to steal on going first to second. He and Weaver have thrown a lot of quality innings for us this year with not a whole lot to show for it record-wise.
Right.
Yeah.
We got to start getting some offense behind those guys.
Yes.
Get those records. Records a little bit better.
We got ahead, but we weren't able to extend on Sunday to give Joey. He could have thrown a complete game.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. To give him that leeway, that little extra that he didn't have to be perfect on every pitch. He was 0-2 on the leadoff guy and ended up walking him, which was set things in motion.
Had some pretty tough pitches, tough pitch calls
Yeah.
that last at bat. I thought Joey could have struck the guy out twice, I believe.
Yeah.
So then, that not a bad weekend there. Take 2 out of 3 from Maryville at Maryville.
Yeah, it's really difficult to sweep anybody, let alone on the road.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a really good weekend.
It was a good weekend. That puts us in 3rd in the conference. So then we move on, and we had the game at Emory and Henry yesterday. It was supposed to be on Tuesday, a little rain in the forecast, which it didn't end up happening.
Yeah.
And it was a 60-degree day on Tuesday. But anyway, we move it to Wednesday, and we came out, and the offense was alive and well yesterday. We won 13-7. Had some home runs from Joe Stickney. A nice overall day from Joe Stickney, which is nice. He hasn't had the year that he's wanted and the coaches have wanted from him, but had a nice day yesterday. Kind of shot that average up. He was hitting, I believe, 209 going into the game yesterday. He's now hitting 255. He had 3 hits, including a home run and a double off the wall. So It was good to see Joe get going for everybody.
Yeah, because Joe's has some physical issues. We were reluctant to catch him a whole lot because we needed a stick in the lineup as a DH. But everybody hits better when they're playing.
Of course.
So we felt like we needed to get him a little bit more time behind the plate, and that would help him get in the flow of the game. And I knew that when he started catching more, that his bat would come around more. There's so much pressure when you're DH and you're up there for just a short period of time, and it's like all you got to bring is your bat.
Right. No, I agree. Joe did a great job behind the dish yesterday as well.
Threw a guy out.
Good to see Joe. at least looking healthy. I'm not sure how healthy he was feeling, but he did a great job of gutting it up.
He is. He's a tough guy. He has shoulder issues and he's got knee issues, but he has no heart issues at all. So he's got a huge heart, a great competitor, and we need him.
Oh, of course. And once that bat gets rolling, if it continues to roll from yesterday, which I'm hoping it does, get him a little confidence.
Yeah.
We could be a dangerous team, which we are a dangerous team.
Yeah.
But even more dangerous. So this weekend we bring in Piedmont. We host them. I believe the first game is Friday at 5, and then the weekend games are at 3 and then 1. So 3 o'clock on Saturday and 1 on Sunday. Piedmont coming in with a 3-6 conference record. They're always going to be pretty tough competitors as well. I know Coach Peoples has since moved on from that head coaching job, but he's still got his, I'll say, disciples almost, his players. They play the way that he's taught. The new head coach, I'm not sure of his name, but they'll come in here. They'll be loaded for bear, and they'll come for us. 3-6. I've noticed they've won every game that they've won in conference has been on the second day of the series, and that should be interesting because we've got a strong number 2, which we've got a strong 1, 2, 3, and I've been delighted to play behind all those guys this year on the weekends. But Piedmont always going to come in and looking to beat us.
That's right. They're a scrappy club.
They are. They bunt a ton.
They'll bunt and they'll play fundamental baseball. They're a little bit like Maryville, who on paper we matched up. Our stats were very similar to Maryville on paper. When we got on the field, we for last weekend we outplayed them. But it's going to be, all of our games are tough.
Always.
There's no easy game on the schedule. It's hard to win a college baseball game.
Quoting Coach Brittle, he said that the bottom of the conference is starting to rise towards the top a little bit. The bottom of the conference is getting stronger.
Yeah.
So, like you said, no off weekends. So, looking forward to hosting those guys on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then we will face a highly ranked club. I believe they're 12th now. Randolph-Macon will come in on Tuesday. We might get to the show before that. We might get to the show after that. Usually it's after that if we have a game that day. But Randolph-Macon will come in here, another quality opponent. We've had some tough opponents this year. Cortland State has been ranked. Christopher Newport got close to being ranked once again. Roanoke is ranked. A lot of midweek guys are ranked. And then, Maryville at their place, not an easy task, and neither is Methodist. So,
right.
So we've had a tough schedule.
It's been tougher this year than in the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
We knew we were going to have a young club. We didn't know we were going to be quite as young, and we had some guys not come back that we expected. Dustin Booth, Blake Odie, Matt Wilder,
Jacob Rich,
Anderson Ramos, that would have taken away some of that playing time from some of the younger guys. So you got a schedule so far out. You try to do the best you can. We hope that we want to win every game.
Of course.
We want to win the conference tournament and go to the postseason play. And hopefully the tougher schedule will toughen our team up, especially our younger guys. So hopefully when we get to the finish line and we got the toughness is in there and the guys aren't tired, we can give them enough rest.
And a lot more valuable experience.
By the way, I've been watching you. You need a little rest.
I think I'm fine, Coach. I'll continue. I mean, if you guys want to, I'll let you guys do what you may. But I think I feel fine. This is the best I've felt physically in a long time. I got into a little better shape this summer, playing ball every single night in the Valley League. So that was good for my shape. Also getting some work in, doing an internship. I was constantly on the go, so I didn't really have time to eat poorly or anything like that.
College baseball, no matter what level, at Division I level, they have 56 games. Mm-hmm. We have 40. But our 40 is packed in to where there's, we have 3 games on the weekend and for a few weeks, 2 games during the week. Plus, you guys are expected to go to class.
Right.
And to do your homework and to do it becomes a grind. It really does.
Last night I tweeted this out. you know, I will never complain about being a student athlete ever. But last night was when it was tough. We left at 9:30, went and played at 3, and didn't get back last night till 10:15, 10:30, and then had some homework to do. So I was up very late last night doing some homework. But that's just the grind of the student athlete all the time, and I wouldn't trade it any other way though.
When we stopped in to eat last night, the guys were standing in line ordering their food, and Dominic was sitting at a table with a book out studying.
Doing homework.
Yeah.
And it's tougher nowadays because you've got all that online stuff. So, you know, unless your bus has Wi-Fi, which last night it didn't, it's tough to get some work done on the bus. But Coach, thanks for joining us today. That'll do it here today for First Pitch. We'll be back next week. Maybe Coach Ken will come back. Maybe we'll have Coach Brittle. We're not quite sure yet. So thanks for joining us today at First Pitch. I'm Ty Comer. We'll see you next week.